YTPC Padre coming to you live on these here virtual airwaves of YouTube. Let me see if I can find this on the phone so that I can keep track of who might be chiming in. And
PC Padre,
oh, I found it.
To you live.
Let me lower that there. Let's see. We've got we've got I Need Reading Glasses. We've got Deke Clot, Randy Tuggle. Hello there. Good afternoon, Padre. All right, so we got a couple folks on at the moment, and just thought it's a work at home day for me today. Broadcasting from the vicarage. And it is Tuesday. That makes it a Corncob Tuesday. And I'm enjoying this country gentleman with a forever stem. And in it, this is so good. A spicy, tangy red Virginia. It is a bulk blend from Hearth and Home called Louisiana Red, or Louisiana Red Pipe. A very, just a nice summer Virginia, just very enjoyable and easily available and inexpensive. I mean, I don't know, you know. People will chase these unicorn blends, which is fine, you know, and it can be fun. I've been caught up in that game before. Just don't forget, and I packed this pipe so tight, unfortunately. I did such a crummy job. I was rushing to get online. Oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden, tons of people started coming on. Artillery Bugs, hello. Thomas, hello. Donald Hughes says howdy from Houston. Now Thomas Kalheim, I hope I'm saying that right, Kalheim, is checking in from Sweden. That is awesome. Donald Hughes from Houston, the old voodoo report, Donald. Burley Nut Bob, always a pleasure to have him on board with us. Deke Clot, we said earlier, he's got some Rustica. Oh, wow. Now that is supposed to be like mucho strong, isn't it? We got Steph and Steve Kane. Hello, Father. I'm broadcasting from the vicarage. I tried watching you guys on Saturday, and I think y'all were having some internet issues. Not sure whatever happened there. And definitely holding you in prayer. Yes, indeed. Randy Tuggle. Got a Vermont Freehand. Oh, I'm sorry. Vermont Freehand is selling the Forever Stems. That is true. They're back in business. That's a wonderful thing through Vermont Freehand. Oh, we've got some folks with us today. Randy Tuggle says 76% humidity, upper 80s, better than 94 yesterday. We're slightly overcast. It was, in fact, I did midday prayer here, live streamed that just 12:15, so not too long ago. And you can see the sun is kind of coming through right there, the blinds. Earlier, it was very overcast, and it was thundering and such during midday prayer. So that's the good news about New Orleans, is we get these little summer showers in the afternoon, and it lets down a little rain, it becomes overcast, and it cools things down, which is definitely needed. Hoping all of you from who are with us from the U.S. had an enjoyable Independence Day and Independence Day weekend. Eileen's Dream. I don't know if that's... I'm guessing it's Steph with the Eileen's Dream. Skip is more of a Perique guy, and Eileen's Dream is quite the aromatic. That's what they're enjoying. So, how many of you, this is so funny. This is from Phil at Briar Report. He was talking about, I think it was Tuesdays used to be like a big day during the day for the website because he can track usage and such on briarreport.com, briarreport.org. And since people have been working at home, it seems like they're not escaping the office job and going online with the same veracity that they were doing before we were in lockdown and working from home. Skip ran to the store, so it is Steph enjoying the Eileen stream. Who's got the Carter Hall going here? Let's see, Smoking Match Carter Hall. You know what? I'm going to tell you what, Randy. I think the Match Carter Hall is better than the real stuff. I enjoy both the match that is sold by PNC. I think that is from Sutliff. And then I also enjoy, I got to get this, I got to get this actually in a jar, the Chatham Manor. That's just, it's good stuff. The match doesn't seem, I enjoy the topping. It closely approximates what's going on in Carter Hall, but I find Carter Hall leaves almost like a chemical aftertaste. So I prefer the matches on that one. 95 Donald says he's over in Houston, 95% humidity. Let's see, feeling like Padre thinks bacon old fashioned taste. That ain't good. Afternoon picking and piping. Glad to have you with us. I had to set the Rustica down. Yeah, it's a little on the stronger side, is it not? Oh my goodness. You think the match misses the nutty flavor? I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, I packed this so tight today. I shouldn't have done that. I should have. What I should have done was spill it out and repack. But it was already 1:35, and I wanted to get on at the right time, like I said I was going to. And I can't stay on for too long today. I just wanted to check in, have a little fun. I'm still working from home, having the blessing to had everything already set up over here anyway to stream midday prayer for church. It kicked me right in the posterior. He's talking about Rustica. Oh no. Steph and Skip have moved. And she says, thank God they brought their pipes with them. And thank God for Mel Harris for gifting Backy, because their Backy is packed in pods in those containers, but the pod that it's in is lost. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Oh, the humanity. That would be awful. Well, thank goodness for the Garbage Man Piper. Amen. Gordy Skymop is watching at work. Your boss know you doing that. Oh my goodness. So there was that thing about just that sort of, decreasing numbers of people working at work, escaping to briarreport.com. But briarreport.com, just before I went live, also put up tweeted that an appeals court, this is actually pretty good news, an appeals court has struck down the requirement for labeling. Now, I didn't get to read the whole thing. I think it is in reference to cigars. And so whether or not that extends and extrapolates out to pipe tins, I don't know. Not sure what that's going to mean. But, you'll take any little bit of good news for our hobby when you can get it. We're hoping that it would extrapolate out to pipe tobacco as well, being treated as, a luxury. Luxury is not the right word, I guess. But, well, let's just be honest. It's not cigarettes, and that's the thing that I think the public doesn't really understand about cigars, fine cigars, and good pipe tobacco. They're not cigarettes. They're not even close. And the people who most people who utilize and enjoy these products, they don't enjoy them in the same way. They're not taking, having to run out of the office every hour on the hour for 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get their nicotine plasma levels back up. They may not even enjoy a pipe daily. There are times I can go weeks where I don't even have time to smoke a pipe. So, and cigar smokers are in fact the same way. So it's good that a court finally gave us some kind of something to be happy about. Let me get back over to the phone and see what you folks are chatting about over here. All right, here we go. Down here says cigars so far, but it places a crack to. You're right. It places a crack to drive a wedge. That's actually well stated. I know Randy Tuggle was. I think it was Randy who on Twitter was saying, yeah, it's just the cigars, and the PCA has kind of sold us out as pipe smokers. Because they even changed their name. They got rid of us. Matt, a.k.a. Hops and Pipes, is with us. He says he enjoys a nice cigar every now and then. But he's pretty much a regular old pipe smoker. Walter Siran is with us. He says, hello, everybody. And Steph says, hey, Walter. Oh, we got Briar Report with us in the house now. Their target is flavored tobacco. Might not know, but they want to even make it illegal to use flavored descriptors, even if tobacco isn't flavored. It's just absolutely... First of all, that's an infringement of speech, if you want my opinion. Not that I'm a constitutional scholar or a constitutional lawyer or a scholar of anything, as a matter of fact. But seriously, so you can't use your words to describe your product. I mean, that's just nonsense. Randy said, yep, that was me chiming in. What am I smoking? Matt wants to know. I've got in my Corncob for this Corncob Tuesday, this is a country gentleman with a forever stem, which is now, you can get your forever stems over from Vermont Freeham, which is good news. I've got some Louisiana red pipe from Hearth and Home. Good red Virginia with some, got a little spiciness to it. I don't think they claim they have Perique in this. It's not focusing. But at any rate, it's got a tangy, twangy play against some sweetness with a little hint of some spice going on there. I just like it. It's well behaved. When you pack it right, which I didn't do today, usually one light will get you through. I packed it. I got a bad draw on it, and it was 135. And I said I was going to go live at 1:35, and I was kind of rushed. So I didn't want to pull it out and start over. So here I am just continuing to relight, which is okay because I keep getting that wonderful flavor on lighting it up. Maybe what we can do is, since Phil was saying that the Briar Report numbers are down since people are working at home, that you can go on over to briarreport.com right when this feed is over, which is not going to be too much long. I'll probably stay about another 10 minutes. I'm going to have to get off around 2 or a little after 2 because I've got some more work I got to do. But go over and visit briarreport.com or go visit briarreport.org. Check out BRTV, Briar Report Television. I'm going to take this as a chance to plug because I got a text from Mark VV just a little while ago, in fact, and he says, hey, we need to schedule up, and we do. He and I are going to be filming, that sounds, I'm so old school, taping, you know. We're going to be recording our first in a series of BRTV exclusive material as we smoke through the Middle Earth series from the Country Squire, and we kick off a sort of a blend tasting club. We don't have a name for it yet. We need some help in that regard. In fact, But mid to latter half of July, we'll have that first video up. We're going to smoke Old Toby from the Country Squire Middle Earth series. And then there are 5 other blends in that Middle Earth series. We're going to go through them one per month. And that'll bring us to the end of the year. We'd love for you to join us. Again, that won't be on the YTPC. It's going to be over exclusively on BRTV. And Briar Report, Phil says he got his Middle Earth series in the mail yesterday. He's been going through the Cherokee he got with it. He also ordered some Cherokee that's not part of the Middle Earth series, but that is just that's a staple of the Country Squire. What I'll do when this is over with is go down into the description and I'll put a link if you want to get the Middle Earth series. Folks, it's $29.99. You get 6 ounces of tobacco. I mean, it's a great deal, and that'll allow you to be able to go and enjoy the sampler with us as we go through it once a month with a blend per month. And again, the first one we're going to do is Old Toby. If you don't want to invest in the whole sampler, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but if you just wanted to get an ounce of that. But the shipping just on an ounce or 2 of one, just get the sampler. My goodness. Let's see. Burley Nut Bob said he got his sampler in yesterday. All right. Good deal. So we got some people that are going to be on board with us. Token with Tolkien. Donald, that's a pretty good name. However, because we want to continue to do this beyond the Middle Earth series, it can't be exclusive to Tolkien. But that's an awesome name for this particular series. Like a little sub-name or something. Token with Tolkien. Oh, my goodness. Who wants the whiskey? Oh, Steph wants a whiskey today. I hear you, sister. Sometimes you just gotta. My music director brought me a sample of a peanut butter flavored whiskey. I never knew such a thing existed, and I haven't had a chance to really try it. But I did wet my whistle with the sample that she brought me in a mason jar, and I got to tell you, I did not expect those flavors to play that well, peanut butter and whiskey, but there was something almost magical about it. Oh, goodness. Oh, Matt says if he hadn't lost his job recently, he'd definitely get in on the sampler. Oh, Matt, I'm so sorry to hear that. In fact, today at midday prayer, we were saying extra prayers for folks because, there are some, and depending upon the industry, some industries have really been hit hard by this lockdown from COVID. Donald says he got his sampler on the 3rd. So it sounds like we got some people who are prepared to do this. Yeah, Steph, you can join. You can order us. Oh, you said another sampler. That means you have the sampler, and it's in the Lost Pod. Well, look, it's going to be a couple of weeks. I think we are shooting for the 17th or 18th, whatever that Saturday is. So you got some time to find the sampler. If it's in the Lost Pod, hopefully that pod's going to show up very soon. And if it doesn't, if you've got Old Toby already in your cellar, that's the blend that we're going to be doing first in the series. Did anybody do anything special out there for Independence Day? Assuming you're part of the American audience. I know I've got at least one person overseas from Sweden with us today. We got Indy Piper saying hello all. It was honestly too hot where I am to barbecue, so but I kept it American, and I threw some hot dogs on the stove. Folks, I got to tell you, if you haven't tried this Hearth and Home Louisiana Red, get you some. Very affordable bulk. Very enjoyable. It's mild and yet flavorful. On the retrohale, you get a little bit of the spiciness. Other than that, you just get a very enjoyable Just a nice Virginia. Nice red Virginia. This could be an all-day smoke. This could be an all-year round. You know, Virginias, for me anyway, and I know a lot of folks are like this, they tend to be there spring and summers, but I could just as easily see enjoying this on a fall evening over by the campfire because I think that this is what pipe tobacco was meant to be. Just so well done. And I'm guessing this is another Russ blend. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'd have to look it up on tobaccoreviews.com. So flavorful, though. Padre's Mark V Pipe Club. That's a suggestion by Donald Hughes. Mark V. I don't know what that means. I'm slow on the uptake. I need a cup of coffee. Hot dogs on the stove and beer in the cooler. That was your Independence Day, huh, Steph? Amen. That was mine, too. Shortcuts to Mushrooms and Old Toby. Okay, so Shortcuts to Mushrooms, Matt, is not part of the Middle Earth series from Country Squire. So if you have an Old Toby that came from the same place as the Shortcuts to Mushroom, I'm assuming that came from Just for Him, which is going to be a different Old Toby. Although, I do wish I had put this up on Twitter the other day, asking anybody if they had any recipes for a replacement for the Just for Him Shortcuts to Mushrooms. I had done some research online for it. There was some Reddit discussions and stuff, and there was some. I called it. I shouldn't say this, but just some dumbass answers. People going, "Yeah, all you do is no, you weren't even close." Some of those. I'm assuming that what Shortcuts to Mushrooms had in it were some McClellan blends that just aren't available anymore. But, you know, if we can get close to that, if anybody's got a recipe with available products from Lane or C&D or Sutliff or whatever, and we can get close to what the Just for Him Shortcuts to Mushrooms was, man, I would love to have that recipe because that was such a nice blend, so thoroughly enjoyable. It was so unique. It had that quality about it, a smoothness that I don't know. It was just good. It was just good stuff. Louisiana Red close to McClellan's 5100. It's in that ballpark. Who asked that? Indy Piper. It's in that ballpark, but it's not. It's not 5100. In fact, I would say the RC1 from who is that? Sutliff, that matured Red Virginia that they put out, is probably closer to the McClellan 5100. But that's the genre we're in. But this is a blend that, by its own right, I wouldn't want to compare it to that because it's just, you know, if McClellan's 5100 were still available, I would still have Louisiana Red jarred up and in my rotation because it's its own thing. It's good. It's good stuff. Oh, then VV would be X. I think he has. Okay, all right. This might be. You're trying to explain Padre's Mark V or Mark V. Okay, all right. Good shot, Phil. Hey, I don't know if you knew this, Phil, but what's her name? I was going to say Irma Bombeck, but she was a columnist. There's that singer, and she passed. She passed in 2003. You know, I don't know. I don't know what that little Twitter war was about that Briar Report was involved in, but he was singing, waiting for Steph and Skip to go live the other day. All right, Padre, call the group Father's Flame Keepers. That's you've got a creative side to you, sir. That's from Randy Tuggle. Unopened tin of Frog Morton's cellar. I've got a couple of unopened tins of the Frog in the cellar too, and that's good stuff. Holding on to that, and I still have a little bit left in the jar, so I don't yet have to. Ethel, thank you. That's what it was. Ethel Merman? Is that who it was? Yeah, that's it, Phil. Thank you. Neurons are firing again. But didn't she pass away like, I don't know, turn of this 21st century, like 15 years ago or something? Yeah, Indy Piper, I think if you gave this a try, you would not be disappointed at all. My disappointment today is my packing. And because I was testing my drawers as I went along, the bad part of the pack was on the top. And so I may be reaching the middle of the bowl now where I can keep it lit and keep going. It seems that way. And the irony of that is it's also me reaching the point in time where I'm going to have to be signing off in about 5 minutes. I do have some other things I need to get to and some prep work to do for a meeting I got coming up. And Dave Morgan has joined us. He says, hi all. Hey, Dave. Thanks for being with us. Deke Lock, I hope I'm saying that right. He says he hasn't had he's not unfortunately had the chance for the Frog Morton. No, you can't really. It's almost an unjustifiable cost these days for the aftermarket, and I wouldn't sell mine. I'm just holding on to what I have to enjoy. Eric's music, the movie video that Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker did. It was rumored they used me for the soundtrack. Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker has been cranking out some creative content on his YouTube channel. That guy, he is just, he is such a fun fellow to watch. He did an Independence Day, I'm going to call it a lecture. It was like a college level lecture. I learned something about Benedict Arnold that I had no idea about. He is really, and I think that's his trade. I think he's a history teacher. But he gave a great talk. But he does some funny stuff. He does some impersonations. Eric is a great guy. Very, very talented. Indy Piper says, gotta go back to work. Have a wonderful day. And you know, folks, I'm in that same ballpark right now. I'm going to have to be signing off in just a moment. It has been very good having an afternoon bowl with each of you. But we have now crossed the 2 o'clock hour where I am. And like I said, it looks like I'm off. I'm not really off today. I'm just working from home. And I do have work. So I'm going to have to turn the old webcam off on the laptop here and get to some emails and work on some projects and do some prep work. I'm going to continue enjoying what's left of this bowl of my Louisiana Red. I'm going to go get me a new fresh cup of coffee to keep me going through the afternoon. And I'm going to thank you for coming in for just a little bit of time today on this Corncob Tuesday where we could just have a little fun together on the virtual airwaves of YouTube. Good news again, if you haven't seen it, go over to BriarReport.com and check out that article about the appeals court. We finally get a little bit of good news for our hobby, at least for the cigar part of it. We hope it extrapolates down to the pipes as well, and we'll see. But go on over to BriarReport.com anyway and check out all the good stuff in the news aggregate side of things. Keep up with what's happening in our hobby. And BriarReport.org, obviously, too, for Briar Report Television. Keep an eye out. I think it's the 18th of July that we're shooting to release that first, that's a Saturday, shooting to release that first in the series of videos of Smoking Through the Middle Earth series. I'm going to try and remember to put the link down in the cellar after this live is over with, where you can go on over to Country Squire as well if you want to pick up that Middle Earth sampler. It's quite a deal. So, hey, anyway, got to get back to work. Thank you for being with me. And as always, this is Padre wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings. Make it a great Tuesday, folks.